All right, y'all, thank you so much for tuning in again. Day 3 serving in Ireland. One thing I would love to talk about here, since I didn't do a lot of that morning, is the food. The fruit was so amazing. Everybody had been telling me that when you go overseas, you learn how much better the food is overseas, because in America, all of our food is so processed and so whatever genetically modified, all this stuff. It's not very natural. Okay. I disagree because I have allergies. So I'm allergic to trees, grass, and pollen, and anything that's been pollinated. So anytime I have a salad, my allergies say that yes, this is very natural. When my throat starts closing up because I decided to have a salad, I would disagree. Yes, this is very, very natural. The produce in Ireland was 10 times anything that I've ever tasted here in America. So I think the biggest thing that I was blown away by was the texture of the grapes. Like, that's not your average grape. I'm like, what kind of grape is this? And he's like, they're just grapes.
That's not your average grape.
And I'm like, no, this is not your average grape. This is something different. Like this. Like, that's not your average grape. Did God grow this grape himself from a particular vine in the Garden of Eden?
That's not your average grape.
Or like, what is up with this grape? And he's like, they're just grapes.
That's not your average grape.
And Miss Monica even was going on and on about the melon.
I wonder if I'm supposed to eat from the fruit thing.
Like, that's not your average grape. We're like, what is this? What kind of melon is this? Is this honeydew? Is this holy honeydew? Like, what is this? What is up with this melon? And Mr. Pat's like, it's honeydew, it's melon. It's no big deal. But we were like, man, this is crazy. So the fruit was wonderful, and like I said, that's not your average grape. So moving on, last day of kids camp, I was like, oh man, I'm already in love with my students. I love them so much. I don't want this to be the last day. My heart is aching because this is the last day, and I want them to remember me. I want to spend more time with them. I hope that they come to church on the weekend and maybe I'll be able to see them again. It was just, oh my God, it was one of those days where it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do? But anyway, so Miss Lori and I again made plans for what we were going to do with the students that day. And we went in and we had fun. The most fun thing was we actually did a skit for the kids afterwards. And at the end of the day, so we had all the kids in the room, all of their parents in the room, and they were able to do dances that they had learned over the last couple days. They did 2 dances, I believe, and then we did the skit, and I think they really, really enjoyed it. And of course, I was a theater minor when I was in school, so it was really fun for me to just get to be out in front of everybody and be dramatic and be silly. I enjoyed that, and I think my students enjoyed it too. But the moment that had the biggest impact with me was the biggest impact on me was after the skit. We had to get started breaking everything down because we had set up the kids camp in the school, and we had to clear everything out for the school because it was the last day. So I'm running around and trying to help out, taking things, putting things back in their place, packing things up. And Miss Lori comes and finds me. She's like, Justin, hurry, because some of the kids, they're waiting. They want to say goodbye to you. I just assumed that they had already left and they wouldn't think anything of me. I just didn't think they would care. But she said, hurry up, kids want to see you. So I went back, and I think all of my students but one were still there, and they were waiting on me. And I got hugs, y'all, and they were showing me love, and it was just really, really, oh my God, it was a moment. I was like, oh my God. So I'm really hoping that I get to see them again at some point in life. Hopefully, I don't know where I'm going on my mission trip next year, if I go back to Ireland or if I go somewhere completely different, but I hope to meet each and every one of them again, and just, God, I carry all of them with me now. Anyway, so got to the hotel. We're working on the wall. We made a lot of progress, but we had a lot of hiccups too. I cut myself like 3 times that day. I don't know what I was doing. If you look at one of the pictures, hopefully I can find the picture, there was a sign up for the Swan Lane. So I'm sorry, I just got a notification. Oh, Jesse just did his Bible. Congratulations, Jesse. He just finished the devotional. Y'all, I met Jesse Williamson in Ireland, and we've been doing a devotional together, and he just finished the last day of the Devo. Man, it's like, oh my God, wait. Dag, it's 12:44 a.m. in Dublin, and it's 6:44 p.m. here in Memphis. The boy is up at 1 o'clock in the morning reading his Bible. That's a Christian, y'all. Shout out to Jesse. You're doing amazing things. I love you, man. I'm proud of you. Look, okay, so anyway, I was saying I was painting I was painting on the wall up against the sign because there's a piece of wood up underneath the sign that needed to be painted to match the rest of the wall. However, the sign was metal and it was sitting on top like this. So I'm trying to cut this piece and I'm trying to paint this piece, and painting up this piece, it slices my thumb wide open and my finger wide open up here, and it's recovered enough that I don't have to wear the Band-Aid anymore, but it hurt, and I had just cut myself so many times that day fooling with all the broken tints and things like that. I was like, look, Brad, my friend Brad, you've seen him in the videos. He's actually a nurse. So I just said, hey, Brad, I cut myself again. And I just kept on painting. I painted over the blood. It was fine. After I finished that section of the wall, I was able to go get some Neosporin and clean up that cut and keep it moving because we had a whole day ahead of us, you know. What is blood? Blood. It's fine. It was nothing. So that night, we got to meet the Williamsons, and I just gave a shout out to Jesse, but I got to meet him and his family. They're from South Africa. They've been living in Dublin for, God, I think he said they've been there for 10 years, and it was amazing meeting them. I don't know why. I just connected with them so much. I'm like, can I stay with y'all? I love y'all. Can I stay with y'all, please? Anyway, so getting to meet them, it was awesome. They have some dogs, some rescue dogs, so I was able to see the dogs. Again, I have allergies, so I wasn't really trying to mess with the dogs, but they were cute, and they left me alone, and I left them alone. It was great. So I got bored editing this footage. Let's go ahead and move to the fun stuff that you can see for yourself. Let's go.
Hey guys, we're in Ireland. We're about to play some rugby.
Okay, so whatever that means.
Like bad hand in the front, under the ball. Good hand, like push it, and then like get the spin. Yeah, there you go.
Whoa.
Justin, you better watch out. This is a passing zone. Watch out. Watch out, Justin.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
No, move back more. Way back. I'm good at this game. Yeah, she's
Back.
Feet, ankles.
Boom. Hey.
You're deleting that.
No, I'm not. Just kidding.
Hope you're having fun. Okay, so whatever that
Cheerleading?
Guess you don't want
Who encourages y'all during the game?
No one.
My parents.
Oh, your parents.
3 o'clock tomorrow, we're gonna play some rugby.
Oh, God. Oh.
Okay.
Why did you just strike a pose? Whoa. Hi. Best mission trip ever.
You know what? I hope you haven't videotaped me at all.
have a mess.
Because we're told today you're supposed to eat
Okay, well, you might not need to breathe too much. Yes, it is.
feet, ankles.
Boom. Brad, you left me in Ireland. You left me all by myself. Even though it's beautiful. That was my fault.
Are you videotaping these people?
You know I am. I'm the videographer.
You know what?
Put me on the camera. Hey Brandon, sorry for making fun of you doing an Irish accent at Kids Life today. It's Brad.
This is Brandon Dixon. I know.
Sorry for making fun of you doing an Irish accent at Kids Life today. It's Brad. See you later.
Hush! He's trying to relax. Hush! He's trying to breathe. Hi.
That's not the truth.
What happened?
For classes and
Oh, she's so cute. Anyway, great team, y'all. Go!
That's not your average grape.
I feel like everyone's staring at me.
3 o'clock tomorrow, we're gonna play some rugby.
All right, so anyway, what was I talking about? Because tomorrow is the big day in Dublin City. I can't wait for you to see the photos and videos that I got in Dublin. So if you would please just come back in a minute, watch day 4 in Dublin, y'all. Thank you so much. See you in a minute.
How you videotaping these people?
You know I am. I'm the videographer.
You know what?